The future of Florida's coral reefs may depend on moments like this. As another example of extreme ocean temperatures approach the Florida Keys, the team at Reef Renewal USA prepared for one of nature's most remarkable events, the annual spawning of the Elkhorn coral. For only a few nights each year, these corals release millions of tiny bundles of eggs and sperm into the water. Our goal was to capture this genetic diversity and to give a new generation of Elkhorn coral a chance to survive. As daylight disappeared, the team is prepared. Joining Reef Renewal USA were scientists from the University of Miami, Mote Marine Laboratory, the Florida Aquarium, SECORE International, and the Reef Institute. As the divers entered the water with collection nets, tubes, lights, and cameras, and began searching the nursery, no one could know exactly when or even whether a particular coral would spawn. Then the first signs appeared. Tiny bundles began gathering at the surface of the coral. This is called setting. It means the coral is preparing to spawn. And then it begins. Across the nursery, Elkhorn colonies released their bundles into the water column. Millions of eggs and sperm began rising towards the surface. Some drift freely into the ocean, where currents and chance determine their fate. Others are carefully collected. Nets positioned over selected colonies funnel the rising bundles into collection tubes. Divers gently move water through the nets, helping the bundles upward. As the tubes fill, they are replaced. Throughout the nursery, divers move from coral to coral, watching and collecting, trying to capture as much of this extraordinary event as possible. But collecting the spawn is only the beginning. At the surface, another team is waiting. Samples are cataloged, volumes documented, and the precious cargo begins its journey towards shore. At John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park, scientists carefully combine eggs and sperm from selected colonies. Within hours, fertilized eggs begin dividing. A new generation of Elkhorn coral begins to form. Tiny embryos eventually become larvae, each carrying a unique combination of genes from the corals growing in the Florida Keys today. The next evening, the team does it all again. For 4 consecutive nights, Reef Renewal USA divers and their collaborative partners return to the nursery, searching, collecting, documenting, and giving scientists another opportunity to create genetically diverse corals for the future. Every successful cross creates new genetic combinations. Every larva represents another possibility. And among those possibilities may be corals better able to survive the changing conditions of tomorrow's ocean. On the final night, the purpose of all this work came together in a very personal way. Reef Renewal USA's co-founder, Ken Niedermeyer, entered the water with his grandson, Ben. It was Ben's first night dive, and he experienced it in the middle of an Elkhorn coral spawn. A new generation witnessing the creation of another new generation. It was a fitting reminder of why this work matters. We cannot recreate the reefs of the past. The ocean is changing, and the corals that build tomorrow's reefs will need to survive conditions their ancestors never experienced. By protecting genetic diversity, creating new generations of corals, and learning which individuals survive, we can give Florida's coral reefs something they desperately need: a future. This is more than growing coral. It is about creating the reefs of the future for future generations.